Lunchbox is brought to you by Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defoe, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim fram sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Friday Fun Day edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We are at our happy place. That would be 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park, Hallandale Beach, Florida. We are with the legendary Tony Segreto, who joins us once again. We are also joined today for the vacationing Defoe. Substituting is Ken, the professor.
Yes, much easier role being fake Defoe than it is.
And we have sleep-deprived,
Yeah.
slightly black circles under the eyes.
Yeah.
Daddy Lubie, how are you today, Lubie?
I'm well, Luca's well, Mom as well. We're getting her lots of sleep, so she's staying off my ass, which is always a win. So happy to be here and happy to finish off another week here.
You went to the doctor yesterday, did you?
Went to the doctor Wednesday. He's doing well. He's eating up a storm, very different than his mother and myself. And he's gaining weight by leaps and bounds. And the doctor, it's the shortest doctor visit I've ever had in my life.
What's he at now?
Well, they want you to be at your birth weight within like 3 weeks. He's already surpassed his birth weight after like less than 2 weeks.
Wait a second. So they're born and then they lose weight and then they go back up?
You lose weight. He actually, it's funny, I lost weight. Like I was at 6 pounds, 6 ounces. I left the hospital like 5 pounds, 8 ounces. He was born at 5 pounds, 5 ounces. While in the hospital, went down to 5 pound, 1 ounce, gained an ounce. And then last week at the doctor's office, he had already gained an ounce. And then over the course of the last week, he gained a pound, which in baby terms, that's a lot of weight to gain in a week. Like he is a very strong eater. And I think he's going to be like very opposite of my wife and myself.
Well,
Luca Lubitz.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Luca, Daniel, Brazzi, Lubitz, Reyes. I know, that's it. But speaking of gaining weight, I'm preparing for a big weekend. I'm going up to New York to meet Val. She's up there on some business, and I'm going up there tonight, and we're going to be there for a long weekend, not getting back till Tuesday, but also on the traveling, man. And I don't know if you gained weight up there, but you were in Cleveland, Ohio last week. So was the local football team. Is that what brought you to Cleveland?
Basically, yes.
And
I went up with some friends for the Dolphins game.
And how was that trip?
Absolutely miserable.
I love the honesty.
So
It's like
Why was
the
it
number
miserable?
of plagues that hit me, I felt like Pharaoh.
He's doing the Passover.
So, Cleveland is one of those places where I've had good experiences there. I happen to like it. It's a kind of a
I had a
blue
great
collar
experience last year.
Right.
It was just a combined the simplest way to tell it is my good friend Matt Dursa, one of the people we go up to see because he moved back after being a pretty well-known bartender in the city of Pompano for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
We went out to his place. By the way, if you're ever in
This
Cleveland,
sounds like a great place.
if you're like 30 minutes out of town, he works at a place called Vincent William Winery, which is like a restaurant with a tasting room and a vineyard and also a wedding venue. And everything we had was fantastic. But when we got there, do you remember those bugs from the Indians-Yankees game where like
100%.
Jabba
What do they
Chamberlain?
call those, dragonflies? Or are
They call them midges. up
Midges.
there.
midges?
Yes.
Yes.
And
And like Jabba Chamberlain had them go like in his
Like
eyes
in
and
the
up his
game.
nose, and he was never the same pitcher. I understand Jabba Chamberlain now because I walked through those things. And
It's terrible. It's
just the noise alone. It's like
Yeah, you
being
hear 'em.
trapped in a soccer game where everybody's been given a free.
do you have to put on a mask, like either a COVID mask or an ice mask?
If I had had a mask, it would have been a great idea, but no, I didn't.
Oh, Jesus.
so
there.
it is like a plague. It's like the locust. So
Yeah,
just
it's
descending.
absolutely a plague.
Yeah.
So we get in there, and we've got live music going on.
Okay.
And it's an interesting set list because the first song that the guys, the solo guitar acoustic guy, he's playing is Bruce Springsteen's "Streets of Philadelphia"
On a Friday night.
So Hey, everybody, how's your Friday night? Here's one about having AIDS.
That's really what the song is about.
And
Yeah,
I was like,
that's the movie Philadelphia with
is
Tom
this-
Hanks.
is this
That was
part
an
of a
Academy Award winner.
theme? It's like the next one going to be Brick by Ben Folds
Oh,
5, the
Jesus.
good abortion
Very
song to go with the
depressing.
AIDS song.
All right. Let's get into
And then the weather turned.
So then the weather turned.
Then the weather turned on
Yeah,
Saturday.
Locust. Was there any hail?
No, there was no hail, but there was tropical storm-like wind,
Okay.
Jesus.
and 50 degrees and rain behind it.
Were there any boils?
No boils. I did look for the angel of death around the airport. I did not.
And you know
No,
what?
but there was no slaying of the firstborn, but there was a slaying of a first-round quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
ready to anoint myself with lamb's blood so that the angel of death knew to pass.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, Tony.
No,
you were
no,
about
no.
to say. I can't help myself when Ken gets going on a plague
He
theme.
gets going.
I
on
just
the plane.
gotta go all the way with it.
So the
Bruce.
funniest part is we get to this game, and I grew up duck hunting, so this type of weather is actually normal to me. But everybody else who is with me are South Floridians to the bone, and they're freezing to death. So we get to halftime, and literally the game's been played in like tropical storm-like conditions.
Jesus.
Steady wind of 20, 25 miles an hour, gusts up to 50, lots of rain.
All right, I got to interrupt a second. Loopy's making me very nervous. He likes to put his glass on
I don't
the
like to do
edge.
anything. There's nowhere else
No,
to put it.
put it right there, okay? Because we already had one spill on the table today, and I hate to get my AC, what do you call it?
Your OCD.
OCD in the way. But like when you got your plate and you're maneuvering your fork and knife, and the glass is there, all I see is potential disaster.
There it is.
And now it's there. So what you do, like a normal person, is you put the bottle here, and you have your bite, and then you take it. And we do these tips on the lunchbox. I'm
Thank you.
sorry. Go ahead. Back.
The weather.
So we get to halftime. The Dolphins are already getting their butts handed to them. And everybody wants to leave except the one guy we were with, Rick. And he's like, well, the Dolphins get the ball first in the first half. Let's wait for the first drive. And if we score a touchdown, then we can stay. I'm like, we're not scoring a touchdown. Like they could lock the Dolphins in this building by themselves for an hour, and they're still not scoring a touchdown. So so the rest of us are like, well, if we're doing that, we're getting in line at the bar
Exactly.
and getting,
Are you in the press box for any of this?
No.
No. This is
No, we
fan.
are-
This is with the dogs.
He's a
and all
fan.
yeah, we're down. I think we were 6th row. We had good seats.
that. Oh, those are good.
Did you
seats.
identify as Dolphins fans
Oh, yeah.
or as neutral observers?
Well, we were supposed to, but all my rain gear is like neutral colors. So
okay.
I guess I was identifying as a Kansas City Chief fan because
A Swiftie.
my fishing rain jacket is red. Actually, the fishing rain jacket I bought as part of a Halloween costume a few years back when I went as Andy Reid. Anyway, so of course we're sitting there in line and kickoff, and Tua throws a pick six like 2 plays into the thing, and we're like, you know what? The last round of drinks were like $80, so we're getting out of
Screw
line
this. Go to another
and
place.
walking back to the hotel
And just
and
start.
drinking at a good bar.
Okay, because I can't imagine, just watching it on TV was intolerable enough, but to actually have to be there in
Yeah, it was
person can only be.
And of course, because Cleveland Browns fans only have so many opportunities to talk smack, as we're walking out, they're talking smack.
And when you
too.
saw McDaniel in his little hoodie there, did you think Unabomber or what was? What did he look
I
like?
thought
in
he was
person?
actually. Lubie and I were actually discussing this. I thought he was appropriately dressed, probably for the first time, because you see these Dolphins games where it's like 97 degrees,
right,
and
They
he
wear
wears this
sweaters.
thick-ass sweatshirt suit with the
right.
sleeves rolled up. And like, how are you not dying in that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like your dudes are like fighting each other for positions under the cool zone.
Tony, I wanted to ask you, what would Shula say about McDaniel's fashion as a head coach?
I don't know what he'd say, but he'd be all over him.
Okay, and the
He-
capri pants, yes or no? I mean, what do you
The
think of
capri
that?
pants. I mean, come
A
on.
free pass.
With
No,
Don
no,
Shula.
capri pants.
Um,
Do you know he wears these little
he,
like?
he,
Like, they're
he
like
would say-
sweatpants that he rolls
he,
up.
he
like
would
rolls
say
up
to
his
me,
sleeve.
what the fuck is it?
we got an F
love
bomb
it.
out of Tony. I love it.
You've never heard that.
That's
from Tony.
it. I
That's amazing.
I'm in a cantankerous mood today,
You probably
and we
would say
got
that.
the F bomb, so that is good. All right, let's get to the important stuff, Ken. How about the food scene there in Cleveland, or was
Yeah,
there anything?
honestly, it's very good.
Yep.
The downtown food scene there's a good variety, although heavy on like the American
Italian, right?
Gastropub
Oh, okay.
right?
kind of themes. There is, we went to the Michael Simon barbecue place for the second year in a row.
Okay,
Mabel's, that is absolutely outstanding. You would not picture barbecue in Cleveland, particularly from someone like myself who's a barbecue snob.
Mm-hmm.
The restaurant next door, Cordelia, who made an appearance at the Lauderdale.
Yeah, and I was just
barbecue
about
place.
to mention the name Vinny Cimino, who is the chef and James Beard Award winning. Yeah,
And I'm not gonna lie, they did not put up a strong performance at the barbecue fest last year.
Right.
But the rest of their menu, particularly their brunch menu, really, really good.
well, I don't know what they put forward at the barbecue event. All I know is that 2 years ago they did one of these intimate collaborative dinners with it was Chef Vinny Cimino from Cleveland
That was
with
with
our
Union,
friends
right?
at Union Kitchen and Bar,
Mhm.
and that was a really good dinner.
No.
And they had Vinny. I got to meet. Seems like a really nice, humble, down to earth guy, and he made, I think it was like kind of one of these Coca-Cola or a Dr. Pepper braised rib type of things, and it was excellent. But overall, Cordelia was
Excellent. And then there's another place right across the same little corridor alley, whatever you could call it, the Butcher and the Brewer, or the Brewer and the Butcher. I
Okay.
can't remember. And without exaggeration, they do a roasted bone marrow, which is probably now I've never been to the Fat Duck. I never got to eat Heston Blumenthal when he was sort of popularizing that dish globally.
Mhm.
It was as good an execution of bone marrow as I had anywhere.
Oh,
You know,
good.
no matter, and again, this was at a brew pub.
So the weekend was not a total loss.
No, the food was great. It was
Okay.
just
You just have to stay indoor and avoid the plagues.
right
Yeah,
and
exactly.
deal with the fact that your football team is god
Trash.
Well,
awful.
but didn't we know that already? Like,
I mean, I knew they
The
were
Bristol
bad. I didn't know
Browns,
they
you
were
thought they'd bring it Bristol
blown
this-
out by the
this is-
Browns bad.
This is by far.
the Nader, is this going back
Oh.
to the depths of the
This is
expansion
going back
year?
to George Wilson Jr.
Yeah, That's
Yes.
it. 66. When did they start?
Well, remember, Cam Cameron was 1-15.
Yeah.
And again, it was the last game versus a Brian Billick, who's pretty much about to be fired. That
Not pretty much. He was
got
about to
fired,
be
right? And Greg
fired.
Camarillo, of all people, made you from being 0-16. So
Well, this brings
they
up
have
a question.
had teams like this. It's just been a while. since they've
Lubie,
had-
are
it-
you
it's-
going to subject Luca to Dolphin fandom, or will you
I
give him
probably will.
freedom
Like,
of
it's not
choice? Or
fair
are you gonna-
because
Yep.
my dad did it when at least we had Marino. When I was growing up, Marino was there.
Yeah, it was fun to
and they
watch.
had won championships within a decade of me being born. So I'm sort of a jerk off to do it. But yes, no, I mean, I'm a
Well, what
Dolphin
choice
fan.
You're going to put him in a
I'm a Dolphin
Dolphin
fan. What am I
onesie?
gonna
What
do?
choice do you realistically have? Because when the Dolphins aren't in the network spot, we always get the Jets or the
Yeah, and I
Giants, who
can't
are
root
also
for the
horrible.
Jets. I can't root for the Giants.
Here's the funny part. I remember as a kid, I did not grow up either a Jets or a Giants fan, even though the Jets were actually winning Super Bowls when I was 3 years old. For whatever reason, I was a Kansas City Chiefs fan back in the day. And growing up in Brooklyn, I remember I had
Where'd
these
you pull
little
that from?
pajamas.
I mean, they were good, I guess, in that
Yeah,
era.
Len Dawson and Otis Taylor.
coach was a
and,
legend.
Did you
Willie
ever get to see them
Lanier.
on TV at
Yeah,
that
how do
point?
you-
I think I don't know what got it. I was born a contrarian. So all my friends grew up, Jets fans, Giants fans. I was like, no, I'm KC Chiefs. I like their colors and I like the logo. And it's weird,
It is definitely weird.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
strange.
but
It's
I'm
an off the wall choice.
but this explains some things.
Well,
about me, right?
usually when you find people who root for out of market teams,
Right.
there's a television explanation.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like the Braves.
When I was a kid prior to the Marlins, everyone was either a Braves or a Cubs fan because those were
it
the
was
two
on TV.
between WGN, and TBS. You got the Braves and the Cubs.
Yeah, I have no idea why I gravitated towards the
Yeah,
Chief. I
like I
don't
said,
have
it's
any
weird.
relatives in Kansas City. I just, whatever reason, like Len Dawson to Otis Taylor. That was like when we played street, touch football in the streets of Brooklyn. I would always
Len
try to be
Dawson.
Otis Taylor. I was not exactly
Fleet of
as
foot.
swift or tall, but in any event. So, all right, let's get back to the Dolphins. And this week they go to Atlanta. And one more
team.
thing that, last night's game, one more thing to frost Dolphins' asses.
Yeah,
Dolphins
Herbert finally
fans
looks really good.
is Herbert looked great,
And the Chargers look really good.
and everything gets framed. And of course, he's going against Flores, who's
Okay,
the guy
let's-
who wanted him, right?
No, let's.
Remember, Flores wanted Watson.
No,
Flores didn't
okay.
want
No.
either.
That's true.
Flores in that draft made no secret about the fact and leaked it all that he wanted Jordan Love. He wanted the
Oh, he wanted
Dolphins
Love?
to take an offensive
Love's
tackle
decent,
with the
I guess.
first pick. And
I guess
remember,
Love
the
isn't bad.
pick that they ended up using on the kid from Austin Jackson, he wanted to take Love in that spot. So it wasn't a Herbert or Tua argument. It was a Tua or Jordan Love argument.
Okay.
And if you've seen Jordan Love with the Packers, do you think on this Dolphins team, Jordan Love is doing
Yeah, he may
much better
die.
than
Yeah.
Tua? Because I don't. So it's not that. That's a bit of a fake argument. And second,
Okay.
let's be honest with Herbert at this point.
Mm.
until Herbert does something in the playoffs,
Right.
all these Herbert versus Tua arguments are kind of invalid.
Yeah, they're the same guy.
Because the numbers
they're
are
not the same guy now. You can't
At
say
career,
that.
look at the record. Tua,
The numbers
Tua
are
has a
If
better
you look
record.
at the body of work, yes.
Tua,
But
okay,
if you
what else
look
do
at
you look at?
the people on the field now and what they're capable of, I mean, it's not even
No,
close.
look,
it's not.
Herbert, the Chargers are a lot more confident with Herbert. The Charger fans are happy with Herbert. But why?
potential is just
Why?
potential
Look,
until it's
if you look at the stats, Tua has a better
Because you
record.
got
Tua has
Aronda
better
Gatson
stats.
Jr., who actually looked pretty good, and some other things
Look,
that they could throw
I
downfield.
think Herbert will be
and
fine. I'm not hating on Herbert.
we're going heavy on the sports talk today, Tony.
But-
how about that?
I'm
It
sitting
is
here.
funny that they do that where Herbert hasn't done anything. I mean, he hasn't. He hasn't
There's
done
nothing that I could say at this point that defends
anything. I mean,
Tua.
Tua's done. I mean, even I'm
Okay,
saying
so
Tua's
there,
done.
he's
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
He's
yeah,
done.
yeah.
There was no and
He's a number 2 quarterback.
look, of course, we're saying this, and he'll
He-
probably go out and throw for 400 yards and 4 TDs with no picks.
He's a number 2 quarterback
On
at
Sunday.
best.
Yeah.
At best,
Yep.
I'm not going to say that.
I am.
Well, what we know is they are 1-5. They are going to Atlanta against the Atlanta team that, although no world beater, you think does anybody think they have a shot this week?
No.
Not much of one, no.
No, and they were better than the Browns.
Well, then in that case, that means they're going to win probably again by
Yeah, they may
21
prove us
points.
all
The
wrong.
Falcons team bus could crash on the way to the
You never
stadium.
know. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
I mean,
No,
like,
there's
short of
nothing-
something like
and
that.
based on what we've seen,
Nah, they don't show life.
they show no life. They show
Ken's
no.
right. Like, Rick is not wrong in thinking that because the game was like it wasn't 31-6 yet. So it's like, okay, get the ball at half. You never know. And then he throws a pick six. Like that's what this season is for the Miami Dolphins. Like, and that's the thing. I'm not even defending Tua. I do think Herbert at this point is clearly a better quarterback. He has a better future. Duh. But when they're doing the giving people credit thing, he hasn't done anything. Like that's the reality of the situation. Like Jordan Love actually has done more. Hey, so Flores would have been right to go Jordan Love over Herbert. But the thing is, Jordan Love on this team, he's playing behind a great line for the Packers. Like, what the hell would he do on the Dolphins? So I don't know. Look, it's a mess.
He's playing behind a great line. He's got a running game.
Yeah,
Like-
and the coach is really good. Matt,
I mean,
Flores is a good coach.
Shula is rolling over
yeah.
in his
Well, he's done
grave.
that for 20 years.
That's all I gotta
I
say.
mean, he was alive for the 10
It's
of it.
one of these things. Every year we get an example. When you're a quarterback and your team runs the football and you're given times to pass, all of a sudden the game gets really easy. Just ask Daniel Jones.
Yeah, yes.
Yes,
He's not any better. He's the same freaking guy. Everyone's
Yeah,
trying
he
to crown
didn't
Daniel Jones.
magically transform in a season. He
Well,
just got
I
on a
also
team.
think that's a change of scenery type thing when you get out of the New York
I think-
media call.
I mean, they have a great
not
line and a
everybody
great
is
running
built
game,
for that, and
and they have a decent defense.
I think he's got a good offensive line and they can run the football.
Right,
So all of
Yeah,
a
it
sudden,
makes
and
it way easier.
and,
I agree
and
with Mike.
he's also, when you go into Indianapolis as opposed to being in New York with the tabloid press
Oh,
and the
yeah,
headlines
it's a lot
every day,
quieter.
it's a lot
calmer,
easier
yeah.
on a guy's
Mark
psyche.
Sanchez didn't think so.
Well, oh god,
Jesus.
Oh,
Mark
man.
Sanchez thinks Indianapolis is a much tougher
Yeah.
environment than New
Send
York.
in the National Guard. It's a war zone in there for certain people.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, let's dispense of the Dolphins for now.
All right,
And
Thank God.
you know what?
We're going to
Let's
switch to NBA gambling rings.
yeah. Oh, thank you.
I
You know
don't know
what?
what
I
to
wanted
do
to
with
talk
that thing.
food first, but
Okay,
that's
excellent.
because I am going to New York, and
fine. Come back
I
up.
know some people when they go to New York, they plan, what shows are we going to? And a Broadway strike has been averted because there was some, I guess, late negotiations and agreements now between both the musicians union for the musicals, the actors union last week. So the shows will go on,
Nice.
but I have no interest in that. I know some people like go to theater, or
What's the
go to
hot show right
museums. I don't even know what the hot
There's a
show
bunch
Yeah,
is.
normally I would be at least aware of what V1 is, but I don't really know what it is.
I went to a play
There's
when
a
I
lot
was
of
up there in the spring at Glengarry Glen Ross with that all-star cast, and it was okay. But it's a David Mamet
You
play
go up
where
there
you
for
get
the restaurants.
Huh? No, and I'm going for we're going to walk through Central Park and see some foliage
great.
and the
Especially this
leaves
time
and
of year,
enjoy
yeah.
the brisk weather.
Yeah.
But it's all about the food, and I've already got it mapped out. And
There you go.
tomorrow is going to be a pizza crawl.
Tell me what. Tell us where you're going to go, Mike.
So
So is that in the city? Okay, so how's the pizza in this? Like, I know Brooklyn and
Brooklyn is my ancestral home.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is home to a lot of great classical old school pizzerias.
I've had Ant Pizza in the city.
Again, when I was there in March, I went to the classic place on Avenue J, whose name escapes me, that everybody in the world loves, and But now and
Is
then
that crispy pizza with a K?
no,
Because I keep seeing that about.
no.
Brooklyn.
There's why can't I?
The
I
one
hate,
that Peter.
I hate being blanking on it. I'll find it out. But there's now a whole new wave of pizzerias where they do sell like upscale slices, but with all these really fancy artisanal ingredients and they that kind of started in the Park Slope area with Roberta's,
I don't
and
need
then there was Two Boots, and then now in Williamsburg there's a place called Le Industrie,
Yeah,
and
I just
there's
see
a
this
pipe
here.
joint called Lucali, which is down here. But apparently all these are now like replicating and establishing locations in the city.
Okay.
And so what Peter, our friend at Peter's Pizzeria, Peter Izzo up in Pompano, where we're going to be next week,
Nice.
he gave me a list. He said there's like one block in the West Village
Okay.
that has like
Tons of
all
great pizzas.
these new pizza places from Brooklyn, and you could like just go in straight order
to
and
one.
hit like 5 of them.
Jesus.
And
Now, are
there's
these just standard slices or are these the fancy slices?
so they're both. So
Okay.
you can start with the classic old school Joe's, which is on the corner of 6th Avenue and
Yeah.
Carmine Street.
Yes.
That's still there, and I still love their slice. And they have a couple of locations down here now, which I haven't tried either one because, for me, you can't go home, but you got to go get to the original, right? But now, Le Industrie has opened a location there along that West Village stretch, Christopher Street. Also, LMB Spumoni Gardens apparently
That's
has
the one, LMB,
opened
right?
a place right in that stretch. And then there's another one called Ceres, which is a fancy pie place where apparently the pies go for like a minimum of $50,
Oh,
which
Jesus.
sounds
Come
crazy
on,
to me.
Come on.
And
What are they putting on a $50 pie?
What
gold
could
leaf?
they possibly
Well, New York, they
cocaine?
don't need
What
gold
could
leaf.
they
New York
possibly
is
do
probably
to it?
just meat. With what meat prices are now in New York, I mean, you could probably get a $50 pie with it. It's
There's
not
no
like
prices
here.
everywhere, really. But
It's not like
Wagyu
here,
and truffles and
Yeah.
I'm sure they have all the fancy accoutrements. But I was going to check that out. And then the other place is hold on, I can't even think of it. Yeah, you know what? There's a fourth one on that block. There's Ceres, there's Le Industrie.
Okay, but how
there's-
much pizza can you eat?
That's what we're going to find out. Especially it's another episode
It's
of
Mayo. My guess is a lot.
Man v Ozempic is going to be
No,
a
but
new
realistically,
episode.
let's set a over under. What's an over under Mayo slices
Three
count?
slices.
I think if I'm splitting each slice with Val,
Uh-huh.
Oh, then you can do
we
four.
could do 6.
I
or
was gonna say
8.
6 easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can do, yeah. If you're
8.
splitting,
Yeah, splitting slice.
So
I think
4
the
slices each?
strategy when you're on a crawl, like in the old days, it would have been
no, you guys used
one
to eat
slice per
pizzas.
person, and I would have maybe been maxed out at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But I think
Okay, but and then it's also New York, right? So don't they do the big ass
Yeah.
slices? That's a problem.
Well-
It's not like the chin slices.
Are
You see
all
some
these
places-
restaurants
Right, like
sit
a half
down?
is like a domino.
Yeah,
slice.
that's what I'm saying. Like
some of them are sit down, some of them are like classic, order, carry it. You could stand up and eat it, or they have little tables. So we'll find out. It's going to be a fun time. That's the pizza crawl.
I'm saying if
Sunday-
you're doing half, you
Okay.
could do.
you can have 4. So the
I'm gonna
8
say
slices.
I'm gonna say the total, the betting total is 6, but I think you can go over.
8. Yeah, you
I
can
think
do
you can do
it.
7 or 8.
Yeah, because you're only having half, so it's
Do
really
you
4
ever-
slices.
Do you ever try
And you're
going
wa-
to the trendy places like Tavern on the Green?
Tavern on the Green has been gone 20 years.
Oh, it
but
doesn't even
last
exist?
time
Oh,
we
geez.
were up there, you mentioned it, Tony. I didn't mean to poo-poo you, but I had a Defoe flashback because he's always mentioning restaurants that have closed like.
Well,
30
you did
years
the
ago,
really
but-
expensive ass place. The
But
last
we
time, right?
did 2 years ago. Val was kind enough to take me and my daughter for lunch, a 7-course tasting course lunch with wine in my case, at Le Bernardin, which is one of
Okay.
the great restaurants of the world.
But only second best in New York, right?
Why? Who's best?
Per se.
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm not a per se fan.
I have heard.
I
have
love
heard
French
differently.
Laundry 25 years ago when he first opened, when it was his only restaurant in his empire. Now Thomas Keller, as he's replicated it, and per se, I've been there once. I had an okay meal there. One of the classic places in New York, which I loved back in the day, and I haven't been there in a while, but Jean Georges, the original Jean Georges, is still great after all these years. But Le Bernardin was top notch. But this time, Tony, I think we're gonna go more down market. Although we might try to squeeze in a fancy place. But Sunday is going to be dim sum brunch day because we're spending in was spending actually got a hotel in Chinatown of all places, or actually first we're in Soho and then we're going to move a few blocks over to Chinatown because the rates were pretty cheap. And once we're off the business
it's not
dime
season
there,
there yet. Like the
and
winter's more like they're big. Like
I don't
season.
know, it's crazy. I'm looking at hotels there, even in Midtown and Central Park South. You're talking about $600 a night.
Oh Jesus!
The St. Regis, $1,400 a night.
See, that's a lot.
The
Did you never spend how much?
the Ritz
especially
Carlton,
New York.
$1,800 a
I hope
night.
Val's
Jesus.
traveling on expense account for this.
No, she was put up for the first 2 nights for business,
Okay.
and then she extended at the hotel where they're staying at for one more night at a rate of like almost $500 a night.
Jesus.
And then I was like, I got to find something cheaper. That's the
Yeah.
the Jew in
The
me.
Jew
I was like,
in
I
us.
can't, like, it's just
So
That's
what
a
was the
lot.
cheaper option?
it's $289 a night at the Wyndham in Chinatown.
Well, Wyndham's not
and
horrible.
the thing is, it's kind of
309 New
nothing
York's
wrong
not
with
bad. Like,
and being in Chinatown, it's a whole new world because
Yeah,
Val
yeah.
hasn't really explored downtown, and we're close
Oh,
to
the
the Lower
food there
East
is
Side. Katz's Deli is around the corner. All these hipster bars
well, the
are
vibe's
there.
great. Like when you walk through China, you see the craziest crap when you're walking. You see the ducks hanging, and like the stuff you see in Chinatown is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole different world when you're walking to Chinatown.
All right. In the trendy but sort of Mayo food theme, are you going to try to get into Hamburger America?
Oh, I've got to tell Beast. Beast, our friend Seth Gonzalez, Burger Beast down here, is very good friends with George Motz,
Right.
who
Yeah,
opened
yeah.
Hamburger America. And now that you mention it, we might have to squeeze in a burger there during the pizza crawl because it's in that same neighborhood.
It is
So,
definitely the number one like internet trendy.
oh yeah,
place
in that
in-
case,
in-
I usually hate that, but the fact that it is George Motz,
Yeah,
who is
exactly.
not
Beast
just a
is really close with him. Like,
and
they're
it's
really close.
interesting, guys like Beast, who has his hand. He at one point he was involved with the restaurant. Now he does pop-ups of his own burgers. And George, who is a burger historian, has written books and actually like a renowned food writer and scholar, actually now besides talking the talk, walking the walk, and opening up a place that has been highly successful and critically praised by the New York Times.
Oh,
and
wow.
now it's internet famous and TikTokers love it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to get in there, and
Okay.
I will check it out. Although it's kind of like a Midwest smash burger, right?
They do two, which are very similar. They do the classic Oklahoma onion burger, and then they do just a classic smash cheeseburger.
That's the whole
Okay.
thing.
That's the whole menu.
See, the Oklahoma onion burger appeals to me
Agreed,
more.
100%.
Okay, but is that like the
It is a smash burger. with-
Royal Castle kind of a
and
thing?
No,
Like,
no.
Okay, so
it's
what-
whole onions fried on the flat top,
okay.
and it is like a metric ton of them.
Oh, a ton
Oh,
of onions.
Yes,
I
ton
love
of
onions is like a
caramelized
thing.
onions.
As long as
Okay.
they're caramelized.
Because back in the day, during the Depression,
Okay.
it became a thing with a hamburger stand in Oklahoma City where they couldn't get that much meat.
Beef. So
So
yeah.
they started
the filler
mixing
was the
on-
onions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Onions being a classic
How do you feel?
Depression staple.
Yep,
What,
yep,
what do
yep,
you
they're
like
always
on your
cheap.
burgers, Tony? And what style do you like? Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
No,
it's like,
no.
do you like onions, pickles?
I like pickles,
Yep.
tomatoes, and that's it.
Pickles and tomatoes.
Interesting. That's
Okay.
a combo.
Nice.
It's a good combo.
Yeah, I'm more of like Defoe and me. I think one of the few things we agree on is our burgers. We like pickles and onions and cheese and a little bit of ketchup, and that's it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, it's
good.
just it's good stuff. But yeah, I'll check that out. And then DeFara Pizza was
People
the
keep
name.
talking about the Faro.
DeFaro was the one I blanked on. How could I forget?
We were talking about the Faro.
And the original owner who made every pie himself by hand for more than 50 years, Dominic,
Jesus.
he passed a few years ago, but he has his daughter and his family is keeping the name afloat, and they've actually opened up several other locations, but there's not a DeFara in Manhattan yet.
Mm.
They do have one in downtown Brooklyn now, besides the original on Avenue J. But L&B Spumoni Gardens, for them to go from Brooklyn, where they have their original still out in Bensonhurst, to Manhattan. I'm intrigued. I'm also suspicious.
Yeah,
you know
how-
me.
how
I don't
much will
know
it
if
stay?
things travel well, but we'll check it out.
Now, how about a hot dog stop? You doing Gray's Papaya
Might
or a
have to-
dirty water dog? Or
They always do a dirty
I'm
water.
not
a
a
dirty
big fan.
water dog is
You love those?
I love it. To me, it's not a New York trip without grabbing a dirty water dog.
you know
To me, it's not a New York trip without diarrhea, without having a
See, I don't
dirty
get sick. I don't know. My
the,
stomach isn't your
the
stomach.
thing is my mother and father loved hot dogs.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love them
well,
too.
you're not- Like,
And
I've never
they-
had Grace
and they
Papaya
moved
because it's like
here.
a pain in the like you have to go in there and they're like expensive. It's like
See,
I
I'm
don't need-
spoiled. I grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
and it was only like a 15-minute car ride to go to the original Nathan's on Coney
Okay,
Island.
Nathan's. I can see Nathan's.
I love the Nathan's.
I love Nathan's.
Hot dogs on the grill.
I can do Nathan's. Yeah.
Sea salt air. I love Nathan's. Grace Papaya has a soft spot in my heart. Val mentioned, because I sent her a list of like famous places that somebody put one of these lists together of noshes that they love to eat in New York. And it included Gray's Papaya. And she said, I've never been there. It's like, we might have to sneak in one of those dogs.
I get it.
We could do a hot dog at Gray's and then go to George Motz's Hamburger.
And do you work the
America.
delis in? Because
My
Katz's and stuff
parents,
is like
so
ridiculous.
my parents
Carnegie.
used to go to Lum's.
Lum's.
Oh,
That's an
geez.
old one. How about Tad's Steaks? That was on 14th Street.
I don't know.
And that's long gone.
Mum's got famous again because in the Irishman, the movie with De
Oh,
Niro and
yep.
Pacino.
Mhm. So, all right. Well, there's a lot on the food agenda, and we'll
Well,
find
my
out.
last one I'll ask you about just because it would be my personal New York
Right.
move. Eat like a garbage man. Night of drinking,
Mm-hmm.
followed by a late night trip to the halal guys.
Halal. He's
See-
weird about halal guys. He's weird about
Well, the
it.
ones they opened up
No,
down
the Miami
here,
one's
that-
not the same. It's
that's
not the
bad.
same.
The
But the one in
original
New York is
cart is right
great.
across from the New York Hilton.
It's great.
I've
The one
been
in New
there.
York.
It's okay. It's
See, Shirley and I
I'm not
love
as
it.
in love with it as
Again,
everybody
maybe
else.
it requires 10 or
Yes,
12 beers
yes.
before you're
I think
really
it's one of those things.
worked up for
And
it.
The white
again,
sauce
it's
on
like
it
White
over
Castle.
the rice with
Yeah,
the
it's great. I
kebabs.
can eat White
They're
Castle
good,
anytime,
but
but yeah, I
that's-
get the point. It's like Taco Bell.
But
It's only
again,
good
I'm a
at like
spoiled
1 o'clock in the
Brooklynite
morning
because
after you're drunk.
there's places near Prospect Park, Coney Island Avenue, where there's these Pakistani little
Oh,
hole in the
okay. I
wall
don't know.
places where they're just much better. And
See, I would-
that's for the touristas. Fine if you're
I mean, I
staying
saw
at
New
the
York-
Oh yeah, I
Hilton.
mean, if I go to New York, I'm a tourist. I'm not gonna
100%.
I'm not
yeah.
gonna try to go
Fake
to Per
it,
Se or
yeah.
Le Bernardine.
Well,
or
I'm
whatever.
not going
Although
to per se, but yeah, no.
I
I'm
know
saying-
they're excellent. I'm
but-
drinking. I'm
The nice
water
part of New
dogs
York
and
is you can
pastrami and
get
exactly.
you can get
Exactly.
quality value lower price food that's not just on a street cart, but you just have to know where you're
'Cause
going.
that's what I was
and you
gonna
have to be willing to
'cause that's
travel
what I was
into
gonna
the
say.
outer boroughs.
When every meal is $150, $80, when you see
yeah, but I was
something that you can share with someone for like $10-15 in New York, like as a tourist, you're like, yes, let me have that. Let me
But
have
I was
that.
looking at some of the, I'm looking at some of my old Chinatown favorites, like New York Noodle Town, which is still around, and they have like barbecue duck. They do the roast meats, the roast pork over rice,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's cheaper than any place down here. You get like one, you get a roast duck over rice for $8.95,
Jesus.
and that's a full platter. And it's a little bit sad because some of these places, New York Noodle Town used to be one of my drunken late night haunts because it would be open till 4 a.m. A lot of people went to Woe Hop. I thought
You
Woe Hop.
never
That's what
got
Deep always
drunk.
talked about.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You never.
But Woe Hop is the famous place. You'd go down the stairs, and that would also be open till 6 a.m. But all these places now, Woe Hop and New York Noodle Town, I just looked. The pandemic killed the late night. They're only
That makes
open
sense.
till 10 or 11 at night. They're not even open till midnight.
Now, I was gonna tell you,
anymore,
like-
which is crazy to me. There has to be something in Chinatown that's open late.
I don't know,
Sure
the-
there's
and-
something.
The late night eating you're talking about, I'm like, that's why we ate halal, guys, because like once you got to 10, 11 o'clock, it's not like great food at 3 a.m. Like
What
you guys
is
talk
what is
about, like-
what is halal?
Halal is like kosher only for Muslims.
Yes.
It's
But
basically the way the
it's
meat
like
is slaughtered.
Mediterranean Greek food, like
Yeah.
But
rice,
halal guys,
pita,
Halal
lamb,
Guys is the
beef.
famous push cart operation that set up right across from the New York Hilton, and it became a really formidable operation. The way they pump out plates,
quick.
and it's
It's
kebabs
real
over
food,
rice.
and it's real food. It's
so
not
chicken
like
kebabs
fast
or
foodie
beef.
stuff.
They don't serve pork because halal is just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
kosher.
Rice,
I know
pita,
that.
But it's over rice
and they have
with
this white sauce. That's
special
ridiculous.
white sauce, which I don't know what is it made
It's
out of.
like a
Tahini
combination of
or-
tahini, hummus. It's
Right.
just, but it's liquid.
It has
Like,
it's liquidy and it has a little bit of a zing to it. I think you got to put in a little bit more like lemon. It
Yeah,
probably has lemon juice.
I don't know. It's great.
And you know what? Some people swear by God.
We loved it.
Go in peace. If everybody likes halal, guys, you
I
can
like
do that.
Shirley and I were stoked to have a lot.
I'm looking forward to it because pizza crawl and then Val simply just loves dumplings and dim sum. So Sunday I'm gonna meet
What's
some
the
friends.
Chinatown place that's famous for the soup dumplings?
Joe's Shanghai.
Okay.
And that is right,
There's a lot- I
like
like
2 blocks from
soup
the hotel
dumplings.
we're staying at. So
There you go.
strategically located.
Good for you.
I did my due
We can
diligence.
just grab it. Yeah, that's what you want.
So,
yeah.
I'm very
okay, and let me
excited.
ask you. And the other thing is bagels. Like, what do you do? Because my problem now, a lot of the bagel places are these like
I go to Grandpa's.
Einsteins, yeah, obviously. But like
New
where you
York.
go, you
No,
wait
in
in
New York,
line.
I was
Like
like-
I want a deli. Like they used to have delis.
So no, in
It's
New
not a good
York there
thing
was never.
anymore.
It wasn't at a deli. It was at bagel shops, and the original ones, the famous ones, were H&H, which are
Okay.
too big and puffy now.
Okay.
Essa Bagel, which
Okay.
I was on team
Essa
Essa Bagel
Bagel
over
is-
H&H. But now something that's getting a lot of buzz, and somebody I respect told me you have to go to Apollo Bagel.
Okay.
I tried it.
Apparently, and
It's good.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, good. I'm glad you were going to give me a recommendation too.
It-
Somebody
it-
else told me, oh, you got to go to Apollo Bagels.
It's really good.
Okay. I don't know where I'm going to
But-
fit all this, but man, v Ozempic, watch out,
we're
Ozempic.
drawing up the Mayo single trip parlay. Over under in pizza, over on hot dogs.
Yeah, and what's the over under on the weight
dumplings,
gain? Who's going to
bagels.
gain more pounds this week, me or baby Luca? Me.
My,
You,
yeah,
I
my
would
money's
say
on
you.
you.
I would
You.
say
Yeah,
He's
my
eating by the
money's-
ounce. He's not eating by the pound.
Mine. All right. I
Oh
spent-
wait, we didn't eat it. A cheesecake? You got a cheesecake place?
I'm not a big cheesecake
Okay.
fan. You know,
Yeah, I
the
love
only cheesecake I like, look,
Junior's.
Junior's,
Junior's
is,
is good, but it's, I don't
Junior's
know if
is
it's what people
classic.
say it is.
but
It's
I'm
fine.
more of an Italian ricotta cheesecake
I don't like
fan.
that.
And there's a lot of good Italian ricotta
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
cheesecakes.
You know where I had a good one the other night?
Where?
Capriccios.
Oh yeah, and on University in Pembroke.
Oh,
That place
my-
is classic.
Oh my God.
I
it
haven't
was
been there in years. They do a
fantastic.
great job.
Oh, it was
That's a place that's worthy of iconic eatery consideration.
the
So
meal was really good.
They've been there 40 years, right?
Yeah.
A long time.
The meal was really good.
Have you been, Ken?
No, I have not.
Capriccio.
I don't go out for
Capriccio.
Italian that often.
University
Yeah,
in
seems like my
Taft or
wife.
something like that.
University in
Johnson.
Johnson,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's out west, and it's great. They do a fantastic.
I will
University
tell
in
you-
Sheridan.
If
Okay.
you haven't
But-
had it, the one I love is the Spanish cheesecake or the
Oh, the Basque.
Basque cheesecake.
Yes.
or
Cheesecake. Shirley
bird
loves
cheesecake.
that
Basque
one.
cheesecake
That's
has
what my
become a
wife
thing,
loves.
The
and it's a
ricotta
great thing.
pie
Yeah.
was out. It
Yeah.
was. We ordered another piece.
That's it. Look at us.
Nice.
We're talking food
There you
all
go.
day long. We got to take a break. Before we take the break, speaking of food
Food.
and of great variety and overwhelming amounts, Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival is coming up, and I'm excited because that grand tasting, it's going to be Man v Ozempic again that day. It's going to be Saturday, January 24th.
You can't be a food critic without gaining some weight.
Yeah, you
especially
got to break a
on
few
Maui.
eggs along the way. You got to gain
There
a
you
few
go.
pounds, and then
You got to do what
hopefully
you got to do. You
and
got to
then,
do what you got
and
to
then
do.
you got to take a verbal tongue lashing from your doctor from time to time. But visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival coming up right around the corner after the holidays, and the tickets make a great gift for the food lover in your life. So go online today to vlfoodwine.com and check out some of the great events. The full lineup of the dinners, the kind of cozy, intimate dinners that are going to be taking a place all over the Broward County, and there's a great lineup. It's going to be unveiled next week, but everybody knows the kickoff event is Monday night, the 19th, which also coincides with the national championship of college football game here. But I'm going to be at Reno's at Heritage. That's the kickoff. The tickets will go on sale next week when the full dinner lineup is announced. It will be a sellout. The grand tasting on the Saturday, the VIP tickets are already sold out. So you want to get your GA tickets while you can. And then, of course, you got things like the barbecue event on the Friday night. Last year was a little bit rainy. This year we're hoping for better weather. And then, of course, the Thursday night Asian-themed walk and roll that our friends Alex and Diego are curating. All the great restaurants, the Asian restaurants from around town will be there. It's a great event, great time, and for a great cause, because the proceeds go to the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital in Hollywood.
Nice.
VLFoodWine.com. Get your tickets today. All right, let's take the first break. We'll come back. And look, right on time, Joe Beja is here. And we're going to talk about next month's Taste at the Track and recap last week's big going-ons here at Gulfstream Park after these words.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information. All right, we're back here at 10 Palms Gulfstream Lunchbox, and joining us now, the Executive Director of Hospitality at Gulfstream, a weekly guest
No one
here,
does it better.
star of stage, screen, and soups and salads.
Yeah.
Joe Beja, how are you this week?
Good.
It's another exhausting weekend last weekend. You did a great job
Yeah.
on the Caribbean-themed Taste at the Track. A big crowd.
Stunned. 394.
Wow.
Probably one of our largest
Nice.
that we have ever.
Wow.
Beyond a
Hey,
sellout, standing
that.
room only.
It
and
was.
I was one of them standing off in the corner and eating that great, those Jamaican jerk wings, where it was the whole
Unbelievable.
wing where you don't separate the drums from the flats, the whole thing with the joint. You got to separate it yourself. Those were great.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
kudos to Chef Jason and the crew.
Yeah, he did a great job. I've heard a lot of great feedback for conch fritters to
I really liked the
the
griot.
ceviche.
The griot
Yeah.
and the pickles was good. It had the proper kick. and I like the arroz con dulces, the pigeon peas and the rice, and the
Yeah.
baked macaroni pie. I can go down the whole list, and I can
Yes.
just say everything well done, and all the rum cocktails. So I mean, it's just tremendous value. And the next one is coming up.
Taking 2
When?
or 3 weeks.
So we're gonna have to move it to a Sunday. We have quite a few banquet events happening on Saturdays. So during the month of November and December, obviously with the holiday parties. But so we're moving it to a Sunday, which also ties into the theme. So we'll do like a Sunday gravy Italian theme.
Nice.
So we're bringing back the martinis, paninis, and linguinis. So
I
it's-
love that event.
I love
so
that one.
Sunday,
We'll be here.
Sunday, November 16th, and we'll be featuring various vodkas and gins, martinis.
Nice.
So that is, again, you can get your tickets now. Go to gulfstreampark.com, click on events, or you'll see the banner pop up. And you got the VIP tickets,
For
right?
$85. That'll get you in at 12 noon, an extra hour early, obviously closer to the windows. I am not guaranteeing window
Right.
tables or window seats, but it'll get you closer to the windows, and they'll get you a quick hour ahead of everybody else. And then the general admission tickets are $60 from 1 to 4. I mean, $20 an hour, all you can eat.
Yep.
And all you can drink. I mean,
Live
it's
racing,
great
plenty
deal.
of action. And what's the booze, the alcohol beverage accompaniments? Oh,
Gin.
the
They're just saying
martinis.
gin.
So it's all
and-
martinis.
and
So it'll be
vodka.
gin. So I mean, some of the brands that you'll see out there be Aspen Vodka, Hansen Vodka, of course, Grey Goose,
Okay.
Tito's, Absolute. We'll have a Kettle One, obviously, for the vodkas. For the gins, will be Grey Whale, Nolet's. There'll be
Grey
Ford.
Whale is good.
Yeah, Ford's gin will be there as well.
Yeah, Val is a
uh,
gin girl. I'm
yeah.
a vodka guy.
Yeah.
So
Vodka.
this is an event
That's a great
made
combo,
in
yeah.
heaven for
Yeah,
us.
yep.
It's. I mean,
Especially the
I
martini.
had a gin
Shirley loves
martini
martinis.
once,
Mm.
and it got me totally
It
sick.
hits different, as the
Yes.
kids say.
Yeah.
Wow.
The gin just
Yes.
hits different.
It does.
So we'll
But
have a,
it's
actually,
good.
So
there'll be a
vodka's
sake
mine.
as well. So we'll have
Oh,
a
some
sake and
nice.
a sakatini.
Yeah.
And then also
Appletini, I'm sure there's going to be some espresso martinis, and those
Absolutely.
rum espresso martinis. The Diplomatico was fantastic.
And the Don Q actually, the Don Q is coming back for the
And that's the
coconut.
coconut
that
one.
was the coconut espresso martini.
yeah.
They're coming back for this event as well.
Okay.
Nice.
You guys
Yeah.
know how
I'm
to
so
get
excited.
it done. Get those tickets today. And that, again, Sunday, November 16th. It's the day before my
Yeah.
daughter's 20th birthday. Sorry,
Wow.
Natalia. Next year you can come
Yeah.
and have
Yeah.
your martinis. And sorry, Natalia, I'm not going up to Tallahassee to celebrate your birthday. I'm going to be here drinking all those martinis with Joe and crew. That's great. And
And
but
I have the menu as well for
Oh,
chef.
Oh,
food menu.
okay.
So
Let's go for
the
it.
chef is ahead of the game. So one of the things we've learned: the sooner we get the menu up online, the sooner
So many
people
people
start
get
buying
into
tickets.
it. Yep.
right.
They want to know what the options will be. So table one will be the truffle and mushroom arancini,
Ooh,
which
that
has
was
always been a big
great,
hit.
Great.
And then we'll do an heirloom tomato and cucumber panzanella salad.
Nice.
Table two will be our famous beef carpaccio.
Which is delicious.
and
yeah, I
some-
love the carpaccio. It was great.
We're actually going to add that to the 10 Palms menu, which will go live. The new menu should go live the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Nice.
And then the antipasto skewers will also be on table two. Table number three will be a chicken parmesan panini,
Nice.
along with toasted ravioli with marinara.
Mm.
Table four will be an osso buco ragu with
Wow.
goat cheese
Oh,
polenta.
my
Really?
God.
Oh, with the polenta
With the
instead
polenta.
of pasta. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
my
we'll do an
God.
eggplant caponata, and that'll be on like a sourdough crostini.
Nice.
And then, of course, the big long table will be, as you called it, known as Sunday
Oh, the
dinner
gravy.
buffet. That'll be house-made red sauce, obviously, or gravy, simmered for several hours. That'll be
So-
featuring Wagyu meatballs,
Ooh.
truffled ricotta pasta shells.
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
And
I'm
then
there. I'm so
This sounds
there.
so
I'm there all day. Pull
Yeah.
up a couch and a cot because I am going to be laying down.
Yeah, that
And
sounds
of course, what
amazing.
else?
And everything
and-
sounds.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No. Last but not least is the
Desserts?
stuffed porchetta.
Oh, the
Ooh.
porchetta.
So
yeah. That's
broccoli
making a
raw,
comeback.
provolone. So
See, now this is only the second time that you're doing the Italian themed event, right?
Third time.
Or is it the third?
No, he
Third
did the one
time.
I went to. I missed the last one.
Okay.
yes.
This is the third time.
Yes. No,
And-
last November was the first year. Then we brought it back in May,
Okay.
and then
I think it
November
should
again.
be a record crowd, but I guess down here in South Florida, there's such a big Caribbean
Yeah, but that
element.
time of
and
year, people are getting ready. It's getting a little
I think you could top
colder,
400.
heavier, bigger.
better make
stuff,
more meatballs.
dishes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
I
good.
mean, I looked up last year. We did it on the Sunday before Thanksgiving. We moved it up a week this year,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it wouldn't- just in
Thanksgiving's
case
late. Yeah.
You don't
it
get married,
gets too close to Thanksgiving. But we did well last year, so
All right.
hopefully
I'm
we'll do the same
expecting a
this year.
record
So.
turnout.
Yeah, yeah,
That's it. All right. So again, that is going to be November 16th. Before getting ahead of
Correct.
ourselves, though, next weekend, pretty big weekend in the world of horse racing. It is the
Yes.
Breeders'
Breeders.
Cup. It's taking
It is.
place out on the West Coast, I believe, at Del Mar. But you
Correct.
guys will be celebrating here and also at 10 Palms.
Yes,
yeah.
we will be doing a double buffet like we always do. It'll be an enhanced buffet at $75 per person.
Okay.
It has been the same price now for 3 years running. So
That's
we
a good deal.
are- It's a great deal.
It
You
might
can
be
spend all
inflation
day
other
here.
places, but not here.
No,
That's good.
Yeah.
And I forgot, we're going to be doing a show here on day one of the Breeders' Cup, but
Correct.
because it's a West Coast Breeders' Cup, the actual Breeders' Cup races won't be starting until a little bit later in the day. So
Yeah.
hopefully you could put us in the corner down there.
Yes.
We'll be fine.
I think we'll be good.
we'll be good.
Breeders' Cup's
Friday.
a great turnout here. It's
Yeah.
usually
But later in the
about
day.
500 to 600 people, usually
Yeah.
more later in the day, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
We will be opening
And-
doors at the normal time, which is 11:30. We're going to be extending the buffet and the a la carte
Right.
until about 6:30 or
Okay.
so and 7 o'clock.
And Saturday is a bigger day, obviously.
Correct.
That's when the
I
Breeders' Cup
remember.
Classic.
I remember the first ever Breeders' Cup.
Jesus.
Do you remember where
Yeah.
it was, Tony?
Hialeah.
Was
No,
it?
no.
No, it was
No, no.
Gulfstream.
Gulfstream.
No, and it wasn't
Yeah.
the first one. I think that was actually it might have been the third or fourth editions.
Yeah.
I went to the second edition overall, and nobody will remember where it was because it's such an unlikely spot. Anybody can remember? Which of the New York tracks is the worst?
Oh,
Is it Aqueduct?
Aqueduct.
Oh,
Is
wow.
that the 1985 Breeders' Cup, I believe? I believe the first one was in 84 at Santa Anita or Hollywood Park. in
Hollywood Park.
Yeah.
Hollywood Park
Yeah.
was the first one. The second one was at the Big A.
Yeah.
Because the New York Racing Association, the schedule was set in stone. And back then,
Yeah.
like Belmont was done in October, and it was the first weekend in November, and it was at Aqueduct. And I remember a John Veach horse won, Proud Truth or something. It's funny
Yeah.
what the brain
Brain.
retains.
I hear it's going back to New York in a couple of years.
Yeah, the new
Yes.
Belmont will
The new
get one,
Belmont.
The
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
Belmont,
which
new
is going to
Belmont.
be
which is going to be
ready
Yeah.
any year now.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I heard
it's-
next year is Keeneland, and
Yep.
then I heard Belmont and
There we go. But Breeders' Cup is a big couple of days for horse
Big
racing
deal.
fans because
Big.
every
yes.
horse is well meant, and all you got to do is hit one or two exactas, and you're good for the rest
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that's going to be fun. Joe,
Joe, you're the best, my friend.
I appreciate you. I'm going to New York tonight. Do you have any?
Oh, what are
tips
your
you-
suggestions in New York?
anything
Well, he's staying in the
suggest-
city. He's not doing the borough. He's doing Manhattan.
You're doing Manhattan.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been a long
I'll
time.
take
since
Manhattan.
I've
All
been.
right, that's all right.
It's been a
No,
long
I mean,
time.
Well, he's Mayo. He has a list of 80 places, but
Yeah,
I'm
of
just,
course.
you're a northeastern guy.
He's
so I'm
going. He's
curious.
going on
But I haven't-
75 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're a New York guy, so I'm curious what you.
I mean,
when you go to New York, okay,
when I-
what,
when
what
I-
do
when
you
I go to
target
New-
when you go?
When I go to
that
New
area?
York, I hit the tourist traps that are known for like the basics, and all
Yeah.
honestly, like whether it's Joe's Pizza or whether
right.
it's
Katz's Deli.
Katz's
Katz's
Deli.
Deli.
Are
I
you a
mean,
fan of the halal guys? They were talking about halal guys
I
before.
haven't.
You've never
tried.
been. Okay,
Never
it's
been.
just a
Never
cart,
been.
You
big
got
push cart that's outside the New York Hilton, right in
Ah.
Midtown, and a lot of people. He loves it.
We liked it. Shirley and I
Yeah.
liked it. I don't know.
I'm
if
like-
You
we
got to
liked it.
go. You have to go and just experience Katz's.
Oh
I've
yeah,
never
I've been-
done the
of course.
delis.
You've
like-
never
No, you
done
have to go to
Katz's
well,
Deli?
because it's like
Oh my
$80
God, yeah.
for a sandwich.
No, but
It's
you got to
like
go when it's
25,
off
but still,
peak.
it's huge.
I don't know what their hours now. They also used to be open all night till like 1 in the
I mean, it's an
morning.
experience. They call you into the line. Go to line 7, and the guys there just
Yeah.
slicing right
And you
in
got
front
to
of
you got to
and
smear them.
everything.
You got to
Next
give them a
time we do
$5
it,
bill.
yeah.
It used
Next
to be
time
$1
we'll
or
do it.
$2 would
Yeah.
do the trick, and they would give you the extra
Yeah.
good, the lean, and
Yes.
more slices. Now you got to give them at
Next
least a
time in New York,
$5.
we'll make sure
Yep.
we do a cat.
And the sandwich itself is up to like $32, but there's
Yeah.
nothing that beats.
No, no, it's a big ass. Like Shirley and I
huge.
can share
Oh,
the
it's
sandwich.
huge.
Yeah.
It could feed me for a week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a
But
classic spot.
Yeah, and maybe like I like to hit certain areas if I happen to be like. Last time I was in New York, I think I stayed closer to Midtown, so I made my way down to Koreatown,
Yeah.
and had a really great Korean
There's all
barbecue
kinds of
dinner.
stuff.
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
I'm staying near Chinatown, downtown this
Yeah.
time, so we're going to be hitting up all the dumpling shops and all the
Yes.
other places for dim sum. Sunday, got some old buddies
And,
from
you
Brooklyn
know,
coming over.
Maybe
and-
taking the Oculus if you haven't done so already.
no, I haven't. What's the Oculus?
The Oculus is the 9/11 memorial,
Oh, yeah. I've been down there,
Yeah, it's
and I
been
haven't
nice.
walked through.
but it's the Oculus is the big
the big atrium.
the
in
big
the
atrium,
under
and then go underneath there because that's to me that's just a spectacular. I just
I have been through there before. I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
did
I've
a
been
talk-
up to the top floor of the New World Trade
Yeah.
Center. as
You
well.
and your buddies going to talk about your athletic prowess.
No, I'm going to talk about how I'm eating my way through Ozempic.
There you go. You and me both.
Oh no!
You want Ozempic?
Those were
Yes,
the days.
sir.
Oh,
Really?
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir.
We
You're in
have
great shape.
It's unfortunately in my
It's
family and
diabetes
down in
thing.
the type
Yeah,
type 2
yeah.
diabetic runs
okay.
in, so
All right. No, I didn't mean.
I didn't know.
Some
No,
people
good for
keep
you.
it more. I I have no shame. And
No,
my
no,
life is
no.
an open book,
So
and
just said it. That's cool.
people know that I. But again, my A1C, it's a miracle drug because I'm still eating. Not as much as I used to, but I eat everything I want. And the A1C has gone down to 5.8 from
Good for you.
7.5. And my doctors, I wanted to go on a higher dosage because I'm starting to like the appetite. It's not, working as well as far as appetite suppression. But he's like, no, your A1C is so good. I don't want you to be hypoglycemic and have
go
no
the other
blood
way.
sugar that's too low. So
Yeah.
I was like, all right, doc, and don't yell at me next time when I put on 5 pounds. So this is the burden I bear. Joe,
Joe, you're the man. my friend.
fantastic. Thank you as usual for everything.
my pleasure.
We will see you next Friday for Breeders' Cup, day one.
Okay. Halloween.
And
Maybe
get-
I'll come in costume.
Oh, right.
Nice.
I didn't do the contest yet. Let's do the contest
Just run
together.
through it. Yep.
Because I forgot to mention that tomorrow on the silly food calendar holidays is World Pasta Day. I don't know if that's real or not, but Jim Sarney sent it to me, and I looked it up, and apparently it is a thing. World Pasta Day, Saturday. It's October 25th every year, apparently. And to celebrate, I got a little bit of the angel hair pasta here
There you
with
go.
the is this vermicelli or angel hair? I don't even
No, it's
know.
angel hair. It's angel
Angel
hair.
hair.
Angel hair. It
Yes.
comes out really nice.
And they cook it well, too.
Yeah, it's a very
It's very easy to
delicate pasta.
overcook, and they do a
Yes,
good job.
they do a great job here. And of course, you've got the what is it? The rigatoni alla vodka?
Yes, here they do rigatoni.
Yeah. So lots of pastas here.
That's
on
my
the menu.
favorite pasta.
Is it?
The
Rigatoni.
rigatoni, just a
Mhm.
rigatoni, and then you
Yeah.
pick the sauce and
Yeah.
give it.
Yeah,
to me.
it works.
I could eat pasta every day. I
Yep.
shouldn't, but it's like it is my weakness. So I'm glad that we have World
I have-
Pasta Day tomorrow.
I have kitchen towels at home, being the Italian that I am, that actually say "send nudes," and it's shapes of pasta.
I have them too.
Senori and gnocchi too.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
All right, well, here it is. It's time for this week's Lunchbox Go. Oh, and I forgot to mention, thank you again for last week. We did have the brunch bash. It
Yeah.
was a small select gathering, but we all had a great time. And that buffet was great. I
I
was
freaking not
teasing
annoyed.
Lubie about what he missed, and
Yeah,
I
thank
mentioned
you.
breakfast pizza. He was
I
like,
love breakfast pizza,
Yeah.
and there was like 2 or 3 different kinds of
Two
breakfast
kinds of
pizza.
breakfast pizza. Yeah, my favorite was the biscuits and gravy.
No, you had
edition.
biscuits.
Biscuits and gravy with scrambled egg, and then we had the
Oh my God, are you
prosciutto with the
serious?
fried egg.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
Jesus.
it was
Yeah.
really
Do
nice.
that again.
And you
I'll tell
also had
I'm so
the
annoyed I missed
turkey
it.
on the carvery, where you have
Oh,
the
my
carving
God.
station. It was just absolutely beautiful. I had a nice slice of turkey. I had some of the shrimp. Great Sunday buffets
we do
that
such
they
a good
have
brunch.
here every
Oh, my
week, and
God.
it's still at the low price.
It's still at 55.
Right.
Brace yourselves.
Yeah, for the
Inflation will be
upcoming
coming
season.
in
Yeah.
December. We're gonna go to
Okay.
60.
So get
Okay,
in now
$5.
while you can. $55 all day affair.
Yeah.
No rush. And can hang out. Includes a mimosa. It's one of my must-do recommendations for people who are from out of town or trying to figure out where to go for a Sunday brunch. Right here, 10 Palms is one of the best values in town.
100%.
All right, so it's time for the Sunday brunch giveaway. Going to email the answer to this week's restaurant trivia question along with your horse selection for this week's Gulfstream Saturday contest race. This week it is race number 9, numbers 1 through 11. It is the $75,000 R. Deer Peggy Stakes for 2-year-old fillies going a mile on the turf course. And it's actually, cross your fingers, but it's been a little bit drier.
weather's nice. The
And
weather's been really
should be
nice.
staying on the turf. So, again, numbers 1 through 11, race 9. And you're going to email. And then, of course, this week's tiebreaker, unfortunately,
Don't do the Dolphins.
I'm still doing Dolphins. I know it's an but I was looking at the other slate
Even
of
the
games.
Canes. You can do the Canes.
What about
Nah.
the Canes?
They play
Why, who are they
Stanford.
playing?
Play
No.
Stanford, and they should kick their ass.
Stanford.
Yeah, I'm not doing the Canes yet. We'll wait for that. We're still going to stick with the
The
Dolphins
Dolphins.
because I think it's become fun of not who's
watch
going to
them be
win,
a
but by
disaster.
how much the Dolphins are
They
going to lose. And you're going to have to send the winner of the game, the margin, and the total points in the game. And that's Dolphins Falcons Sunday at 1 p.m. Email all this to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, Saturday, October 25th. And so here we go for celebrating World Pasta Day tomorrow with a place for the carb unconscious and the gluten unfree.
No, Jesus. Okay.
Get what I did there?
No.
Well, people who are gluten free. I'm sure
Yes,
they
I
have
got it.
gluten free options.
Unfreeze not a word, so that's why you
I
threw me
make up words. I have all.
You
I
definitely
make
do.
up
He's
all the best.
making it up.
All right. This Italian themed market and food hall opened in the Aventura Mall, just a stone's throw, earlier
Oh.
this year, and now has locations in 10 U.S. cities,
Jeez.
including 3 in New York and 12 countries.
Wow.
I think everybody should know it.
I know it is, but I didn't
Yes.
realize they had that much.
I didn't know
New
it was
York,
in 3 in New York. Yeah.
3
They're
in New
in New
York,
York?
one in the
Oh, wow.
Flatiron
And they're-
District,
and they're
one
succeeding in New York.
Yeah, all these are big.
Ah.
These are big.
Okay.
I've been
Same
to the one in
concept.
New York.
I know
New
here
York,
people
Vegas,
love
and
it.
here.
Not
the
only
three
they have
I've been
3
to.
of these markets in New York,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
also have 2 of what they call cafes.
Okay.
One of them in Rockefeller Center, another I think up near Central Park. But yeah, there's 3 in New York, 10 in the country, including Vegas and Chicago, and now here in Miami, and 12 countries, including like Abu Dhabi or somewhere in the Mid East. Okay, you can find almost any shape and variety of pasta here, both packaged for home cooking and fresh cooked for consumption on site. And number 3, the first location was opened in an old vermouth factory in Turin in 2007 by Oscar Faranetti. Again, and that among its early U.S. backers and co-founders was Chef Mario Batali, who is no longer involved after
Oh, that's funny.
certain things happened with him. But
Yeah,
there you have it. Do you know it, Joe?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you know it, Tony?
Yes, I do.
Tony's giving me a look.
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember the name
Okay.
specifically, but I know
Oh,
what you're
come on.
talking about.
Like I couldn't
I
come
know,
up with the
I
name
know,
of
I mean,
Defara
my-
Pizza.
my
Defara
in-laws
Pizza was
love
the
it.
place I couldn't think of.
We haven't been yet. We've heard really interesting things about it.
About what? The place that
Yeah,
Here?
yes, yes,
All right,
yes, yes.
little crowded for me, but I think I went
I've heard
early on the
interesting
opening.
It was
things,
so-
taking early hits on the Let's Eat group. A lot of people who went in
I've heard
the
hit or
opening
miss. That's my
week
problem
said it
with it,
was
like-
disorganized, not great. But there have been some newer reviews in the last couple of weeks, and people said it's kind of found its stride.
Yeah.
And I do want to check it out
Yeah.
because look at me. I love my pasta.
Yeah.
Joe, thanks for everything.
You're the
Pleasure.
man.
Let's
friend.
take break
Right.
number 2. We'll come back and we'll get Ken back in here to talk some more things after these words. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Looking for a real New York slice? Check out Peter's Pizzeria, your neighborhood pizza shop. With 2 locations, 1166 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach and 897 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. Slices, whole pies, specialty pizzas, heroes, rice balls, salads, pastas, and Mama's homemade desserts. It's New York flavor, Florida made. Originally from Long Island, Peter brings passion and pride to his pizzas. No matter where you're from, you'll feel right at home. Open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner with delivery and takeout. Place your order today at mypeters.com. A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years, Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, Shenanigans. Great seafood and more at Mignonette, Miami. It's in the Edgewater neighborhood at 210 Northeast 18th Street, close to the Arch Center and Heat Arena. Mignonette is open every day for dinner, and it serves the freshest fish and raw bar items with a daily selection of the finest oysters around. Chef owner Danny Surfer and his team are eager to please. Mignonette is Michelin Guide recommended and Lunchbox approved. For reservations and information, go to mignonetmiami.com. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa d'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa d'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. All right, we're back with Ken, the professor. Survived Cleveland. I'm going to see if I survive New York. Tony, he survived his night at Capriccio and having the great Italian ricotta cheesecake.
Oh my God!
And Lubie's going to survive
I'm
another
working on
weekend with
surviving
Luca.
fatherhood.
Yeah, you look tired,
Thank you.
but I'm not going to tell you get some sleep because that's not
Look
going
at
to
the
happen.
bright
You're
side.
worried-
You only got 17 years and 11 months to go.
Who knows? In this
You're
day and
wearing
age,
shorts today.
I'm wearing clothes. Be happy that there's clothes on my body. That's pretty
Clean
much. And they're
clothes?
clean.
Okay,
Clean.
that's all you can ask
I'm
for.
shaved and I'm getting a haircut. So
All right.
those are 3 check marks you
Real
don't always
quick,
get every day.
I thought I was going to have to hustle out of here right at 2, but I already got word that my JetBlue flight into LaGuardia is already delayed by
What a
45
shock.
minutes.
yeah, good luck.
Let me guess, you're flying out of.
Oh, how was
Lauderdale.
your flying?
Flying
You told me
out
the
of
flight
Lauderdale.
was fine, but
My
I'm talking about TSA,
flight,
all that other crap.
honestly, okay. I should frame it. The only direct flights when we wanted to do them to Cleveland back and forth were Frontier. So
Okay.
I was more than a little trepidatious,
I would not fly Frontier
but I did it
ever.
and shockingly smooth.
Okay. But the
Shockingly
TSA,
good
I've heard
flights.
weird reports about TSA
okay. This
takes
is
12
actually,
hours.
No.
and-
This is actually a good thing. If you go to Fort Lauderdale Airport right now, because of the shutdowns,
Yeah.
they are doing a free 1-month sample of Clear that you can
Oh, Clear is great.
that you can sign up for
We have Clear,
at
yeah.
the airport.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do Clear.
Because one of the things is TSA pre the same as
They're
Clear?
different.
No,
They're
Clear-
different.
Clear
We have both
is-
of them, and
And
they're both
weirdly,
great.
even though Clear is the paid product and TSA Pre is the one you have to go to for interviews and
Yeah,
whatnot,
yeah.
the Clear lines tend to be a little bit faster. Actually,
Yes.
'cause
Yeah.
less people use
Clear,
it.
Clear,
Okay, Clear's
is,
great.
So I will
Clear
take
is
that
by-
under
Clear is
advisement.
great.
That's
Clear is by
I
far.
think it's like 20
Okay.
bucks or something.
because the
something,
thing
but
is,
it's like
I'm
great.
supposed to get my TSA pre. So here's
Or might
what
be
happened.
free
Now, it's
now.
one of
Not
those
free
deals.
now.
They sign you up for the year,
Yeah.
and they charge you $300 at the end of the free month. So you have to make sure you
cancel it.
unregister.
I never do that.
Once you're
I'll just
done.
wait in line, especially
But-
if the flight's
C-
delayed.
Clear
But-
is the
So
way
Clear's
to go.
great.
You
Clear's
can,
great.
you can unsubscribe
and
with like
the-
2 clicks.
Yeah,
So-
it's easy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's easy. I'm telling you, just keep track
You
of
got
it.
to remember. I don't
just
want
So
gotta
to
remember.
So
and
what
you
is
have a
this? Each
calendar.
airline does it, and why do they have different things? Why is there Clear and TSA?
I have
pre?
no idea.
Okay.
We have both of them.
I honestly, I think it's
And
just
they're both
because
useful.
there were so
I-
many people who didn't want to go to the interviews for the TSA pre. And
Okay.
at one point, literally, it was like a year waiting list.
Yeah,
to
pre-check
get-
was a pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
When I was
Clear's not a
traveling-
pain in the ass.
when I
Clear you
was-
can do at the airport.
When I was traveling,
Mm.
I did both.
Yep.
And Clear was by far.
Yeah,
A
Clear's easy.
superior product.
Clear's easy.
All right,
you
well,
just
it's
walk
good
up,
to know.
they do your eyeballs, and you go through.
And again,
It's
I got no
amazing.
checked luggage or anything like that, so hopefully I'll just whisk on through. Oh, and one last thing, we didn't really talk about this whole gambling scandal, and it involves poker, it involves
I leave it to Ken. I'm
sports
confused
betting.
with the whole thing.
I wonder how they didn't catch people earlier.
Well, no. The thing is this.
Well, you're
But what does it
assuming-
mean, though?
You're
What does it
assuming
mean?
there was more to catch earlier, which we don't know that. I mean, again,
well, there've been rumblings
You
and
have
things
to be a
supposedly
per-
had been investigated.
you
already,
have to be a
right?
particular type of moron to risk
You
and Terry
do.
Rose.
Millions.
I
26
think
million
at the
this year.
time the game in Charlotte, Terry Rozier's salary was like $18 million. Malik Beasley, who's another name,
And he was
name
still making
involved,
millions.
who was I think $8 or $10 million. Now, Jonte Porter, which is where this all started, I get it. He was on like a $300,000
Yep.
minimum contract, and he was not going to get another contract.
No.
In his case, risking $300,000 for $100,000, I get it. But again, if Terry Porter did this, and again, I think that is still less sure based on what I've read so far than it is. The guy risked $18 million contract
No, it seems incredible.
for
To do this-
$200,000, most of which apparently wasn't going to him.
Right.
And to think you're going to get away with it is beyond me.
Well, that's
Well, that everybody has a trail now, a digital trail.
Well, again-
Other bets that are suspicious that gets
I think-
placed, and the guy gets, you pull yourself out of a game, and then there's been a lot of bets about the under on your day-to-day point totals, and I guess
I think this is the larger story that's being hidden in this. And because at the end of the day, honestly, who gives a damn about Terry Rozier? Like,
No, he hasn't
he's
been
a
good for
mediocre,
years.
overpaid point
Yeah,
guard.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But we have these gambling companies openly cooperating with the FBI,
Mm.
and we had that tax change earlier in the year.
yeah, right. Where
I
they
think
tax winnings. Yeah,
If you are a big player, and let's be honest, FanDuel and DraftKings have both been secretive, not been secretive about the fact they don't want
Yeah,
the big
tiny
players.
players. Yeah.
They don't want
they want
whales
the
because the whales
$20
could beat them. They
parlay
want-
guys like
they
me
want-
because we just keep
hammer
giving
you.
them the money.
They
they
hammer
want
you.
yes, they want the guys who bet $10, $20, 16 parlays.
Right.
That it's just a
You're never gonna
donation
win.
for $100, a couple $100 a month, and you're no prayer win. But if you are a big player, I think you need to watch this because you are seeing the level of cooperation
Like they're
between
tracking
the
you.
federal government and these gambling apps.
Well-
And when it comes to IRS time,
Mm.
I don't expect these gambling apps are going to get any more in the way, which is something I said, honestly, from the minute Hard Rock opened.
Yeah.
I'm not joining the app because I don't want
You gotta get your
anybody in
info.
my bank account.
Yeah.
Like,
Amen. Amen. Because if they get in your bank account,
They'll never leave
You're
it.
done.
exactly. I can go to Hard Rock and I can totally anonymously
Yep.
at the desk hand over my cash, get my ticket,
And you're good.
and come back and cash it. As long as it's
Interesting.
under $10,000,
Yep. Yep.
the IRS has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if on the app,
Right.
again,
if over a course of
they're in your
time you're
account.
we already
accumulating
know
a
how
lot,
close
right?
the Seminoles in the state of Florida are in relationship. If the IRS comes knocking, do we think
They're
the
not gonna
Seminoles are going to
fight
fight
it,
back?
they're not
I
gonna fight
don't.
it.
So
No.
I'm,
Well,
I would caution-
I would think no gambler would want to cheat the government, and if
No,
you
stop
declare all your winnings.
not about
and-
cheating.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Well,
that
yeah.
was sarcasm. That was sarcasm.
Even if you felt that way
Yeah.
with this introduction, the change in the law where you can only write off 90% of your losses.
Right. It used to be you could write
you're
off
taxed
all
on 100%
losses
of your
against
gains.
winnings. Yeah.
Well, then who the hell wouldn't want to
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
avoid
There's money involved.
IRS scrutiny?
Well, and
Well,
it's just,
for me,
it's just having to track this, keep track of that. Like you don't want to do all that.
For me, there's two things that I take away from this. Number one, like it's one thing back in the day where you did have sports betting and Vegas and places, and now it's expanded even with the apps. But to have the leagues so in bed
Yeah.
with all these gambling apps and operations, this is, it's a bad look. And
it's
and
a
then when
real bad look.
how do you go from where Stephen A. Smith is actually pitching ESPN Bet, and then he has to go
They had to
report and
stop
scold
it.
somebody about
I, by the way,
gambling?
thought his take on it was really stupid.
I
well,
didn't. what did
I don't
he-
even want to get
didn't-
into
I
it.
can't say
All right,
that.
but the other thing is, but it's just a bad
Who
look
is-
because
Hear
it
me?
looks like
Oh, no.
total hypocrisy. You're yelling at a player, but
That's
meanwhile
my
you're
issue
in
with it.
bed with it as a league and with all the broadcast partners. So there's no delineation anymore. Number two, I think there needs to be reform. You should not have individual over-unders on stats because that is too easy to manipulate by just
That's-
one bad actor.
But here's
It
the thing.
should just be
That's
team
where they're making their
scores.
money, though.
Here's
That's
the
where they're
thing.
making their freaking money. So they're not going to change it.
I don't think anybody anticipated this as the
It's like
Supreme Court
exploded.
decision and then the legalization of gambling through the apps or through live betting in the States. I think people were picturing people like me and Defo who
Yep.
bet sides, who bet totals,
Over-unders,
right.
yeah.
who aren't generally parlay. I mean, Defo likes to put
Futures.
the 2 or 3 team, but he's not playing
Not
18
12, yeah.
parlays. it's the influx of this generation who grew up on fantasy football.
And
They don't care
transitioning.
about sides. They don't care about totals. They care about player stats.
Yep.
And that's where
Right.
all this player prop nonsense stemmed from. And I don't think anybody anticipated that was going to become the new thing. And all of a sudden, as the apps opened up, what developed is that's now the favorite play
Yep.
for
Now-
young bettors.
And this came as a surprise.
No,
This came as a
anytime
surprise.
there's money and
It
big
is.
money, there's
I think it
always
did
Because
come
those are the
always right
stupidest
for
bets.
manipulation,
Those are the
corruption,
dumbest
cheating.
bets.
Um,
But the problem is the cat's
One-
out of the bag.
one-
Like,
one last
they're not going
thing.
to put it. They're not going to go.
'Cause-
Oh, let's get. Ken just said to me yesterday. It's over 90% of the
Profit.
money they make is on those bets. They're not going to go. Well, let's be more morally
Yeah, we're not
sound
gonna
and
put
get
the
rid of
genie back in the
our
bottle.
money.
it's
Like
not morally sound. I'm just saying if you want to kind of root out the
I get
causes of potential
Again, I think you're
corruption
jumping.
of the game.
I think you're jumping to this is a widespread thing. We have 2 cases being investigated. As far as I know, the case of Rozier,
there was one game, right?
it's pretty suspect.
But you know what's a bad look? Because last night I actually turned on before the NFL game. ESPN had a NBA game, and there was a commercial for one of the betting apps, and it's the
Sure.
guy, what's his name? Something Guzman, who's playing
Yes.
a bartender.
Oh, Luis,
the-
I saw it.
Yeah.
And the bartender picks up the phone. On the other end is Blake Griffin,
Mhm.
and he's saying, "I'm coming back.
Yes.
I'm coming back."
No, no.
And like
So they're
that's
openly
like,
saying
it's like
it.
inside information. Like Guzman's like, "You're coming back," and like he's reaching for the phone to make a bet.
So they're
and
openly
then
doing
and
the
then
thing.
Blake Griffin goes, "Yeah, I'm coming back to make another bet," and
Yeah.
like he's putting
Well, he
a
hasn't
bet.
played in like
And if
5
you
years.
watch-
He's
and if
not
you watch
playing
it-
the game, but it's like
It's a
making
former
it
player,
seem like
yeah.
a player is giving a guy inside information.
Exactly.
It's like that's
And
a
if you watch
horrible
it-
look on that for this week.
If you watch it, Blake Griffin is putting in a $40 like 16
Play it, parlay.
Well, that's what they want.
That's
people
what
to
they
do.
want.
But
But that's the
again,
problem
to
is
play off of fact that a player is
Yeah.
kind of phoning in some inside info to a guy at a bar. Not the look you want this week,
No.
NBA.
I mean,
But they're
it's
owning
sports
it.
this
betting
is,
It's
apps.
weird.
honestly, this is where the perception and the way this is being covered versus the reality of it. Damon Jones being charged with leaking inside information about
LeBron.
injuries on the Lakers.
Right.
The big one in the indictment, he got the information wrong.
Yeah,
He told
got
all
it
his
wrong.
players that Anthony Davis and LeBron weren't going to play that night, and they should bet Oklahoma City. Both Davis and LeBron played that
And the
night,
Lakers won.
and the Lakers upset the Thunder. And all the people who were paying him demanded their money back,
Well,
which is probably how this whole ball.
Let
got
this
started.
be a lesson to everybody. Bet legally, safely, and with cash money in your pocket right here at Gulfstream Park, 10 Palms.
Not going to
Amen.
disagree with
And
that.
yeah,
By the
Amen.
way, of these 2 stories, the poker story, which has nothing to do with sports betting
Yep.
involving shots and
It's a
gloves,
bigger deal.
is vastly more interesting.
Yeah.
Like if they're using
as a poker player myself,
They're
and somebody
using-
who's been invited to be in online games, and was the poker thing a live game or an
it was
online?
live games.
Oh, and that's where they had all the X-ray
Yes,
vision stuff.
They had
That's
they
crazy.
had X-ray technology beneath
Right.
the felt.
No,
They had
Jesus.
these basically black light contact
Right.
lenses where you
Oh
could
my
see marks
God.
on the back of
So
the
I
card.
thought it was an online
And they
thing that
had
was rigged,
some
which
of-
is easy
It was
to
so
do.
sophisticated. It
They
was
had some
so,
sort of barcode built into the decks
Where
of
were these
cards.
games held?
Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and New York.
In private
Oh my
homes?
Apparently, the one in New York was in Kylie Jenner's apartment.
Oh, gee. Yeah, they're just talking about that.
That's
They were- I
crazy.
just saw that.
That's
But
crazy.
there's actually video from like 3 years ago of a couple of poker pros on a poker podcast
Right,
talking about not having played in these games itself, but heard of this game.
right.
And all the poker pros got cleaned out, and they instantly knew. It was
They knew
so
what was
I
going
was
on.
yeah.
because something.
They're not losing like
It's
that.
like if somebody folds every time that you're holding the
Well,
nuts, and then
Yeah, they're not losing.
and
The-
and they call every time you're bluffing, then maybe somebody knows something.
The
Yeah.
one he's talking about is a no limit hand where apparently one of the other players, not
Oh,
Phillips,
I
another
remember.
poker
I
pro,
remember that.
had a gut shot straight draw and put it all in on the turn on a gut shot straight draw and hit his card on the river.
No, get the hell out
And
of here.
cleaned out like 2
Easy to know.
medium. I think I know who
And
one
they
of them
knew
is.
what
He's
was
a big
coming. The
name
deck
on
was
YouTube.
fixed too. They-
Yes, there was a card reader. There was a shoe of some kind that had a card reader because the cards had been secretly barcoded.
Yeah, so there's a barcode.
Let this be a lesson. Never play poker.
Yeah, exactly.
In a
One of these
home
high-stake
game
games, yeah.
where you don't know everybody, and it's not in a fully
And by the way,
regulated
someone looked it
casino.
up. All this stuff is available on Amazon for less than $500.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. That's the technology.
Good luck at your home game.
All right, I got to get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Have
a great weekend.
Thanks,
everybody.
Tony. Thanks, Professor. Thanks,
Mike
Lubie.
Mayo
Everybody
eats
have
at
a great
gmail.com
weekend. We'll
by
see you
12 tomorrow.
back again next week. Going to be an action-packed week. Have a great week.